These are 7 reasons LEGO prices keep climbing, and inflation barely touches any of them. The real story is about plastic, licensing, and a business model built to make you pay more for less. Start with the plastic itself. LEGO bricks are made from a material called ABS, acrylonitrile butadiene styrene, and it is not cheap industrial filler. LEGO demands tolerances measured in fractions of a millimeter, because a brick made today has to click perfectly with a brick made in 1958. That precision requires specialized resin blends, tightly controlled color pigments, and injection molds that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars each to engineer. When oil prices swing, ABS costs swing with them, and LEGO passes very little of that volatility onto you gradually. Instead, it shows up as a jump every couple of years, dressed up as a new set, and you barely notice the material behind the sticker price. That brings us to reason number 2, and it might be the biggest one: licensing. Walk down the aisle and count how many sets say Star Wars, Marvel, Disney, or Harry Potter on the box. Every single one of those sets carries a royalty fee baked into the price before a single brick gets molded. LEGO doesn't just pay for the right to use Darth Vader's face, it pays ongoing percentages tied to sales performance. And those studios know exactly how valuable the LEGO stamp is on a toy shelf. So when you buy a licensed set, you're not just paying for plastic and design, you're paying rent to Hollywood. Compare that to a classic city or creator set with no license attached, and you'll often see a noticeably lower price per piece. The gap tells you everything about where the money is really going. Reason number 3 is complexity creep. Go back 20 years and most sets were built almost entirely from the same handful of basic brick shapes. Today's sets are stuffed with specialized, single-purpose pieces, a curved windshield that only fits one vehicle, a printed tile that only works for one specific design, an oddly shaped bracket engineered for a single model. Each unique piece requires its own custom mold, and those molds are not reused across dozens of sets the way a basic 2x4 brick is. LEGO has to spread that tooling cost across a much smaller run of units, and that cost lands directly in the retail price. The sets look more impressive than ever, but that visual complexity is exactly why they cost more to produce. Fourth, minifigures have quietly become one of the most expensive parts of any set. A basic minifigure today isn't just a yellow head and a printed torso. It's double-sided face printing, leg printing, unique hair pieces or helmets molded in specific colors, sometimes fabric capes or cloth elements that have to be manufactured on a completely different production line than the plastic. A set with 6 or 7 highly detailed minifigures can carry almost as much cost in those tiny figures as it does in the rest of the build combined. Collectors know this, which is exactly why complete sealed sets with sought-after minifigures hold or increase in value, and LEGO has learned to lean into that demand rather than fight it. Reason number 5 is scarcity, and this one is deliberate. LEGO retires sets on a rolling schedule, sometimes after only a year or 2 on shelves. Once a set is gone, it's gone, and the secondary market takes over. Retired LEGO sets consistently outperform many traditional investments in resale value, and LEGO is well aware of this reputation. Announcing a set as limited or letting it quietly disappear from stores creates urgency that has nothing to do with production cost and everything to do with psychology. When shoppers believe a set won't be available next month, they stop comparing the price to last year's version and start comparing it to what it might be worth on the resale market in 5 years. That shift in mindset is worth a lot more to LEGO than any manufacturing efficiency ever could be. Sixth, look at the retail structure itself. LEGO sells directly through its own branded stores and its own website, alongside traditional retailers like Target and Walmart. Running physical flagship stores in premium shopping districts, staffing them, and maintaining a polished direct-to-consumer website are not free. Traditional retail markup on toys typically runs somewhere around double the wholesale cost, And LEGO's owned stores add another layer of brand experience, staff training, and exclusive set inventory on top of that baseline. You're not just paying for the bricks in the box, you're subsidizing an entire retail ecosystem designed to make LEGO feel premium rather than mass market, right down to the clean packaging and the glossy in-store displays. The seventh reason ties everything together: research and development. Every new theme, from a licensed blockbuster tie-in to an original LEGO universe like Ninjago, requires a design team, engineering testing, focus groups, and safety certification in dozens of countries with different regulatory standards. LEGO also invests heavily in playtesting with actual children to make sure sets are buildable, engaging, and safe. And that process is slow and expensive. None of that cost disappears once a set ships. It gets folded into the price of every single box on the shelf, which is part of why even simple-looking sets can carry prices that seem disproportionate to what's inside. So, if it's not inflation, what is it? It's licensing fees flowing to entertainment studios, custom tooling for single-use pieces, increasingly detailed minifigures, a deliberate scarcity strategy, a premium retail structure, and constant investment in research and safety. Put those 7 factors together, and you get a company that has learned exactly how to keep raising prices while giving you a very good reason to believe each new set is worth it. The next time you see a LEGO price tag that makes you wince, remember, it's rarely about the cost of plastic going up. It's about a business model built, piece by piece, to make expensive feel justified.